find an inkwell. It's been ages, it's been absolutely ages, and it's just because sort of life really got in the way. It's been really busy. As you can see behind me, we're right in the middle of exam season here in this household. Both my daughters are busily studying, one for her A-levels and one for her GCSE, so we have revision things all over the bedroom wall, and I'm not taking them down. So it's, you know, it'll just be one of those sort of moments in history that we'll look back on and go, that's when you were revising for your exams. So, which is great. But welcome back to all of you, and it is the first video I've done for forever, it feels, but it must be a few months at least. And I've got something amazing to show you, and again, something amazing due to the generosity of sort of the wonderful sort of pen world as it is. About a month or so ago, I was very fortunate to go to my first pen meet, and just a very, very small affair here in Cardiff in Wales, that was put together by a lovely gentleman that contacted me through via it wasn't Facebook, I'm not on Facebook, via YouTube, and sort of asked whether I'd be interested. It was something I meant and I've always wanted to get sorted here, but I again just never got around to doing it, so really glad that he took the lead on that. And there were only 7 of us there, but it was lovely meeting some sort of very like-minded people that we all knew what we were talking about, and our sort of daftness about pens and how excited we get about pens was shared by everybody. So we'll be doing it again now in July, and in July it'll be at the premises of Pure Pens in Newport. So anybody down this way or wants to come down this way, please join us, which will be great. But at that pen meet, a lovely gentleman there called Mark loaned me a pen to review and have a look at. I've reviewed Sailor pens before, and I've had a couple of the Progear Slim Sailor pens, which I really like the Sailor nibs, and I have reviewed the Sailor 911, the 1911, sorry, that was sent to me by the writing desk to have a look at, and again I absolutely love that. But what this gave me the opportunity to do, and I'll show you now, was to have a look at the full size Progear rather than the Progear Slim. So this is the Progear Earth Edition. So the difference between this and the Progear Slim is fairly substantial in size, actually. I find it fairly substantial in size, but the big difference is the nib on this, and I'll show you that in a moment. The Progear, the full Progear, comes with a 21 karat gold nib in comparison to the 14 that's on the Slim version of that. And it really does make a difference. And the other thing that I got really super excited about, and the reason I think this was sort of suggested to me in the first place, was this has an extra fine nib on it, and I love an extra fine nib, as you all know. So to have the opportunity to write with a Japanese extra fine nib was just something I couldn't turn down. So again, thank you very much for joining me back again. I've got a couple of videos lined up, some really exciting things to come from Kaweco, from Cross for the first time, and a few bits that I'm hoping to put together myself in the short term and the longer term. So if you come back in just 2 seconds while I turn the camera around, you'll be able to see this all in its finest detail. Welcome back. So this is the Progear in its full size, the 1911 Progear. And this is the Earth Edition, they call it, which is this gorgeous, gorgeous, rich brown. It's almost like a mahogany brown colour, and I absolutely love this colour. So what you'll see is it has exactly the same squared off ends that the Progear Slim has. So exactly the same design, just smaller. I'm afraid I can't do a comparison size because I don't have the Progear Slims here with me anymore. In fact, I actually sold them on because I found them a little too small for my hand to be using. So they were both sold on. But this I absolutely have sort of fallen for. And so obviously this one comes with a gold trim. There are various finishes to this. So the sky blue that you get the Progear Slim in, it comes in this size as well. In fact, sort of pretty much all of them, I think. But this Earth Edition is really quite something else. So if we have a look, so measurements wise, we're looking at 128 millimeters from end to end. and we're looking at 116mm from the tip of the nib to the end, and then if you post it, it's 151mm. Does post fairly well. I don't tend to post pens unless I have to, unless they were designed to be, you know, as if they were sort of small pens, you know, pocket pens. But other than that, I don't bother. Weight-wise, it's a lightweight pen. It's 26 grams with a cap on. It's 16 grams without it, so it really is a lightweight pen. So if we have a look around it, so we've got the Sailor logo here on the top of this pen, and this comes with the gold trim, which really matches this Earth edition really well. I don't think it would go well with the chrome trim. You've got the gold band around the middle, if we have a look, which says the Sailor Japan, founded in 1911, right the way around there. And then we've got the gold band around the bottom, and then there's nothing at that end. So this is a little bit slimmer than this end, but it's sort of beautiful. So twist cap, get that cap off, and then this is what we have here. I'll get that back into focus a second. Might be a little too close, doesn't want to focus on that. Don't know why that's not focusing this time. There we are. So there's that nib. It has the 1911 on there and the Sailor logo in the middle, 21 karat gold, and there it is on the side there, the hard extra fine nib. And look how fine that nib is. Really is tiny. So the same, you can on here now that you can really see the colour when you take this cap off of this. It's a cartridge converter filling system, so I'll take this off for you to have a look. There's a cartridge converter filling system in here. For you to look at. Right, so it writes like an absolute dream. An absolute dream. I haven't written, in fact I haven't written with a pen that is nicer to write with than this, in fact. So this is the extra fine, but it comes, these Sailors come with a wide range of nibs, and it really depends on what your local stockist has available with them, I suppose, what sort of available. So, you know, you have the soft fines and the medium fines, the fines, the mediums, the broads. Over here I found this in a fine, a medium and a broad available at the writing desk that I've seen. Price point. Alright, this isn't cheap. This is £238 worth of a pen. However, this is a beautiful nib. It's the same sort of price as the 1911 that has the sort of cigar shaped end to it, but I do like this squared off end. And as far as holding it in your hand, it fits really well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick writing sample for you to have a look at, and then I'll leave that up to you. So this is the, and bear in mind I haven't used this pen now for probably a couple of weeks, and it's been inked up in my drawer, and it's just written straight out first time. So this is the Earth edition, and this is the extra fine nib. Ink, in case you're wondering, this was also loaned to me. This is Monteverde, and this is Canyon Rust. The loan of this ink really did introduce me to these Monteverde inks as well, which have been wonderful to use. I have a few now already in my collection, and really quite good value for money. Like I say, this is an extra fine nib, and it's just so super smooth. You can sort of feel it, but it isn't a hard nib at all. You know, I was expecting it to be a hard nib to write with, but it really isn't. It is, as you can see, you can get some line variation out of this because of that nib. It's absolutely wonderful. So there we have it. The Progear Slim. I have to put the cap on, I think. No, it's not the Progear Slim. The Progear Earth Edition Sailor pen. please have a look at it. If you've got any questions, please just leave a comment below and ask, and I'll do my absolute best to answer. Otherwise, I'll see you at the next video. Bye!